Hey, 49ers faithful, we're back with an exclusive video bringing you the latest updates on our beloved San Francisco 49ers. Before we jump in, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit that like button. This way, you'll never miss any breaking news or exciting updates about the Niners. Jauan Jennings' journey with the San Francisco 49ers has been a story of resilience and opportunity, especially after last season when he stepped up impressively in a larger role. When Brandon Ayuk went down with a serious knee injury, Jennings didn't just fill the void, he seized it. Posting career-best numbers with 77 catches, 975 yards, and 6 touchdowns, he proved he could be more than just a backup or a role player. Now, as the team heads into the 2025 season, Jennings is positioned as the de facto #1 wide receiver, a spot he has never officially held at the start of a campaign. That opportunity, however, is shadowed by a recurring calf injury that has already caused some concern in the early days of training camp. The timing of this injury is particularly unfortunate for Jennings and the 49ers. With Brandon Ayuk still expected to miss the beginning of the season as he recovers from his ACL and MCL tears, the team's depth at wide receiver is thinner than it has been in recent years. The departure of Deebo Samuel to the Washington Commanders compounds that issue, leaving the 49ers heavily reliant on Jennings to lead their receiving corps. In a sport where availability often equals value, Jennings' ability to stay healthy will likely play a crucial role in not only the team's offensive success, but also in his own career trajectory and contract negotiations. Jennings is currently in the final year of a 2-year contract he signed in 2024, and sources indicate he is seeking a new deal. There's even talk that if the 49ers hesitate or fail to come through with an extension that meets his expectations, Jennings might request a trade. That puts additional pressure on both the player and the organization. For Jennings, performing well and proving he can be the reliable #1 option is essential. For the 49ers, investing in Jennings with a contract extension means betting on his health and consistency, especially given the physical nature of his playing style. The recurring calf injury has become a focal point in early camp reports. Jennings opened camp fully participating, signaling optimism about his readiness, but that hope dimmed quickly as the injury flared up again. Now he remains sidelined without a clear timetable for his return, raising concerns about how much he will be able to contribute in the critical weeks leading to the regular season kickoff. Injuries like this can be tricky. They may seem minor, but often linger and limit a player's explosiveness, which is vital for a wide receiver who relies on quick cuts and speed to create separation from defenders. From the team's perspective, the situation is far from ideal. Head coach and staff need their offensive weapons available, especially in a division known for stout defenses and high-stakes games early in the season. The wide receiver group is already thinner, and having Jennings on the sidelines forces the coaching staff to lean on less proven options or change the game plan to compensate. This also increases the pressure on other players to step up. But replicating Jennings' combination of physicality, energy, and playmaking ability is no easy task. Among the voices speaking on Jennings' importance is fullback Kyle Juszczyk, who highlighted not only Jennings' skills, but also his value to the team culture. Calling Jennings a football player in the purest sense, Juszczyk emphasized how Jennings' energy and physical style resonate with teammates and boost the overall offensive dynamic. That kind of endorsement goes beyond stats and contract talk. It speaks to the intangibles Jennings brings to the field every day, qualities that are sometimes difficult to quantify, but incredibly valuable in a championship contending team. Despite these positives, doubts about Jennings' durability might influence how the 49ers approach his contract. The business side of the NFL is unyielding, and teams must weigh risk versus reward when committing large sums to players. With Brandon Ayuk's uncertain availability and Deebo Samuel gone, the burden on Jennings is heavier than ever, but so is the scrutiny. Analysts and insiders have pointed out that staying healthy will be key not only to Jennings' immediate impact, but also to securing a lucrative and long-term deal. Injuries can often stall or complicate negotiations, no matter how talented a player is. In parallel to the wide receiver concerns, the 49ers are also navigating some interesting developments along the offensive line, a unit just as critical. To the team's offensive success, one of the more notable battles during training camp is for the starting left guard position. After Aaron Banks left for the Green Bay Packers, the competition has mainly revolved around Nick Barch and Ben Barch, with Barch emerging as the frontrunner. Offensive line coach Chris Forster described Barch's role as his job to lose, praising his work ethic, mentality, and steady presence during camp. Barch has been characterized as a throwback football player, someone who loves the grind of the game, embraces physicality, and shows consistent toughness day in and day out. That mindset fits perfectly with what the 49ers are trying to build, and Forster's confidence in Barch suggests the team values not only skill, but also attitude and leadership on the line. The left guard spot is crucial in both running, blocking, and pass protection schemes, making Barch's development an important storyline for the offense. Meanwhile, the competition for backup roles and swing tackle duties is unfolding with less fanfare but no less significance. The swing tackle role, traditionally a specialized position for a player who can cover multiple spots on the line in case of injury or rotation, appears to be evolving under the 49ers coaching staff. Instead of relying on a single swing tackle, the team is experimenting with having Spencer Burford at left tackle and Austin Pleasance at right tackle, a strategic move that could lead to carrying more tackles on the roster than usual. This flexibility allows for better depth and adaptability, especially with injuries always a threat during the long NFL season. Adding to this mix is Andre Dillard, currently on the physically unable to perform list due to an ankle injury. Dillard is expected to return soon, and once healthy, he may be a strong candidate for the swing tackle role. Forster highlighted Dillard's quickness and balance, praising his ability to contribute to the team's running game while also holding his own in pass protection. For a big man, these attributes are valuable, especially in an offense that demands linemen who can move well and execute complex blocking schemes. All these battles and injury updates paint a picture of a team in transition, but also one that is focused on maintaining a competitive edge. For Jennings, the challenge is clear: stay healthy, perform at a high level, and prove that he can carry the wide receiver group through a period of change. For the 49ers, the task is balancing investment in players like Jennings while fostering growth and depth across the roster, especially along the offensive line where consistency is critical. This tension between opportunity and uncertainty is what makes training camp so compelling. Players like Jennings are not only fighting for starting spots, but also for their future with the team, their financial security, and their legacy in a league where careers can be fleeting. Meanwhile, coaches and management are tasked with putting together the best possible group to compete in a brutal division where every inch of progress counts. The coming weeks will be telling. Jennings' recovery from his calf injury, his ability to handle the increased responsibility, and the performances of his teammates in various battles will shape the 49ers' offensive identity. At the same time, the contract talk's hovering. In the background, add another layer of complexity, reminding everyone that football is both a game of physical grit and strategic business decisions. In this mix, the 49ers hope to navigate the challenges with resilience and a clear vision. The wide receiver room may look different than it did just a year ago, but the goal remains the same: to put the team in the best position to win games and contend for championships. Jennings is at the heart of that plan, and his health and performance in the near term could define not just his own career, but the trajectory of the entire offense. The story is still unfolding, and while the obstacles are real, the potential remains enormous. Jennings has shown flashes of brilliance and toughness that make him a fan favorite and a trusted teammate. Now it is about turning that promise into consistent production and proving that he can lead when it matters most. The upcoming season promises to be one of high stakes and high drama, and Jennings will be right in the thick of it. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In a move that has sent shockwaves throughout the NFL community, rumors have surfaced suggesting that the San Francisco 49ers are considering a blockbuster trade involving their promising quarterback Brock Purdy for the elite linebacker TJ Watt. This potential transaction has created an immense buzz among analysts, fans, and insiders alike, as it challenges the traditional dynamics of team building in the league. Brock Purdy, who quickly rose from an underdog status to a starting quarterback with remarkable poise and skill, has been seen as a foundational player for the 49ers offensive future. Meanwhile, TJ Watt, widely regarded as one of the most dominant defensive forces in the NFL, brings an unmatched level of intensity and game-changing ability to any defense. The speculation surrounding this trade centers on the question of what the 49ers management envisions for the team's trajectory. Are they willing to sacrifice offensive stability for defensive firepower? Such a move could drastically reshape the competitive landscape of the league, potentially signaling a shift in priorities where defense is deemed more critical than a rising star quarterback's development. The ramifications of this rumored trade extend far beyond just the two teams involved, as it might influence the strategies of other franchises looking to recalibrate their rosters mid-season or during the next draft. This swirling rumor, while unconfirmed, has already stirred intense debate about the implications for both San Francisco and the Pittsburgh Steelers, the team currently housing TJ Watt. Watt's defensive prowess has earned him multiple accolades, making him a coveted asset for any franchise seeking to fortify its defense. Conversely, Purdy's ascension has been nothing short of remarkable, especially considering his late draft selection and the skepticism surrounding his ability to succeed at the professional level. The 49ers' willingness to engage in such a high-profile trade would suggest an aggressive approach to winning immediately, rather than continuing to nurture a young quarterback's potential. Fans and commentators are divided on whether this would be a wise gamble, with some arguing that securing a player of Watt's caliber could elevate the 49ers' defense to a championship contending level, while others fear losing Purdy might destabilize the team's offensive chemistry and long-term prospects. The Steelers, on the other hand, might see acquiring Purdy as a chance to revitalize their offense and possibly shift toward a more balanced team strategy. The trade rumor has quickly become a hot topic on sports talk shows and social media platforms, with no shortage of speculation about how the 49ers and Steelers would negotiate such a deal and what concessions might be involved. Adding fuel to the rumor mill, insiders hint that behind closed doors, executives from both teams have reportedly held preliminary talks that could pave the way for this major trade. The 49ers, known for their meticulous team-building approach under general manager John Lynch and coach Kyle Shanahan, might be reconsidering their roster priorities in light of recent performance trends and injury concerns. TJ Watt's presence on defense could provide a much-needed boost in a division where defensive strength often dictates the outcome of close games. Meanwhile, the Steelers, facing questions about their offensive consistency and quarterback future, might view Purdy as a low-risk, high-reward option to stabilize their offense. The very notion that a team might trade a starting quarterback for a defensive superstar is a bold statement about evolving NFL philosophies. The financial implications of such a trade, including contract considerations and salary cap impacts, would also play a significant role in whether this rumor materializes into reality. If the trade goes through, it could set a precedent for other teams willing to make equally bold moves, potentially triggering a domino effect of high-stakes trades across the league. Fans are eagerly awaiting official confirmation or denial. But for now, this rumor continues to dominate NFL headlines and conversations. The potential trade has also sparked speculation regarding the impact on team dynamics and locker room morale for both franchises. Brock Purdy, despite being relatively new to the league, has quickly become a fan favorite and a leader on the 49ers, embodying resilience and determination. Moving him could unsettle the offensive unit and force the team to adjust their playbook and strategies mid-season. On the flip side, TJ Watt's leadership on defense is well known, and his arrival in San Francisco could energize a defense that has shown flashes of brilliance but lacks consistent game-changing performances. The psychological effect of acquiring such a high-profile player could galvanize the 49ers, pushing them to greater heights. However, chemistry is a delicate factor in team sports, and abrupt changes can have unintended consequences. Meanwhile, the Steelers might face criticism or praise depending on how Purdy fits into their culture and system. The trade could also impact fan engagement and ticket sales, as star players often draw crowds and media attention. Speculation around this trade has permeated discussions about team identity, coaching philosophies, and long-term rebuilding versus immediate contention. Strategies. The intrigue surrounding this rumor underscores how a single player swap can influence not just tactics on the field, but the entire ethos of an NFL franchise. Finally, as this rumor continues to swirl with no official statement from either team, the NFL world watches closely for developments that could redefine the course of the season. Trades of this magnitude are rare and often fraught with risk, but they also offer the possibility of immediate reward. If the 49ers do indeed part ways with Brock Purdy to secure TJ Watt, it will be a statement that winning now is the ultimate goal, regardless of the cost to the future. For the Steelers, acquiring Purdy might signal a commitment to rebuilding or retooling their offense around a promising young talent. Analysts predict that the fallout from this rumored trade could influence draft strategies, free agency moves, and coaching decisions across the league. The buzz surrounding the possibility has created a palpable excitement and tension among fans, eager to see if their teams are poised for transformative change. While nothing is confirmed, the mere suggestion that such a high-profile trade could happen reflects the high-stakes, ever-shifting nature of the NFL landscape. As teams navigate the balance between immediate success and long-term planning, the Brock Purdy TJ Watt rumor remains one of the most captivating stories in professional sports right now. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.